Hello guys, here is Level Up Session 19 with special guest Arnaud Pheu. We are here with Wojtek, Jonas De Ro and me, Darek Zabrocki. We would like to introduce you to Arnaud Pheu. You probably know his works from Daily Speedpaint. He's rocking the place around and posting a lot of stuff. If you want to see his works as a portfolio, go to aronsarea.blogspot.com and you will see a lot of stuff Arnaud posts every day, and the most recent stuff is there, so you can check it. He's just a beast with speed paints, and yeah, I love this climate. You can also follow Arnaud on his Facebook and of course on CG Hub, so go there and see his amazing work. Yeah. Okay, so Arnaud is going to do some live demo for us today, like a daily speed paint or something, and we go to the overpainting session. I'm not able to do any overpaint today. I'm sorry. I just got some fatal crash with my monitor. So Jonas and Wojtek will do some off-screen paintings, and I think it's time to get the voice to the Arnaud. Introduce yourself, man.
So hi guys, and yeah, I'm working at Volta presently, but that is an outsourcing company, and I'm doing a bit of everything, like illustration, concept. I'm not specialized in something we're not a video game company actually, so I'm doing a bit of everything, and I really love to do speed paints, so that's why I'm all the time, every day, on daily speed paint stuff, and lately on the super speed painting fun time stuff too. And yeah, today I will do a speed paint. I picked one of the topic on the group, and I should
Nice.
Guardian of the Treasure. So let's see what I got to share with you guys now, and I just put the timer here, so it's like to respect the rules from the group, and
Nice.
And just like to put also a bit more pressure, but I will try to go through it, and yeah.
Okay. So I already locked the screen on yours, man. So people can see your screen right now.
Okay.
So Arnaud.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable talking while you paint, or do you want?
Yeah, I can talk a bit. I think for sure it's like a bit more difficult, I think, but I mean, I can try. I will do it. I will do it anyway. So.
Because if it's easier for you, we can just talk about other stuff while you're doing your.
Yeah.
And then we.
I would like to talk about what I'm doing, maybe in the same time, and well, let's see. So let's start. So basically, usually I work with I just drop some texture on the whole canvas. I just like fill the canvas, but I don't work much black and white actually. It's more like with values. I just like drop some colors. So for example, use complementaries. So I used to, but it depends. Usually I improvise, and I just play with colors and texture and such. I have most of the time I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. So maybe on some topics I got to think a bit more, but really I just let it go and try to have fun.
You like doodling around and trying to find some shapes, and
yeah, exactly. It's just sometimes just like I don't know, I just see some shapes in the mess. I just created with the textures, and then after I go ahead and see, oh, maybe I find that shape here or that one here. I'm not especially some real I mean process. I kind of process, but it's like a bit messy, I guess. So yeah, so I start to put some colors on the canvas. So for the moment, it looks like very flat. It's like a bunch of texture or such, and I try to go. And it's also for me a manner a way to put some different colors on the canvas. So after it's easier to pick here and there some colors, so you have more color variations and such. So yeah, that's about it. Let's try some.
What about line art or line work?
I don't know, no, line art. I don't know what that means. No, I'm very
line art. We're working with
no,
line
no,
art.
no, no. I'm just very bad at line art. So I just like get my habits to just work with you know shapes and such. You know, like I'm very bad at sketching and always messy and very rough sketch. So that's the thing, you know. So I just like this speed paint are perfect for me for that. So now I try in this mess of texture to get something like work on a composition. Like I start to simplify a bit, and you know, because there's a lot of texture, so it looks very noisy. So what I'm able to do now is like to build composition.
So Arnaud, I can see you are using a color sliders set to RGB. Are you actually using these sliders to pick colors?
No, I usually just open that and just like.
Okay, so
pick,
that's
yeah,
just a shortcut. Okay.
And usually I try also to stay to the right with like as much saturated as possible, because I got the habit to desaturate everything, so I try to push myself to saturate colors.
All right.
To exaggerate a bit.
So your work that you are doing for a company or something, you told me that you do a lot of stuff, different stuff, from concept art to matte paints and all the stuff. So you are starting always with that kind of workflow?
No, actually it's totally different. It's very rare to use that stuff in at work, because it's like more about like thumbnails. It's a really we do quite a few stuff like this. It's more like mood piece or such. It's a really early process. You define this, your ideas and such, and then after the client choosing an idea, composition or something. So I don't even do much of that. Speed painting at work. It's more for fun actually, and yeah, basically at work I'm doing a bit of everything. It's like matte piece, illustration.
So if you build up some high quality illustration, you start with that kind of speed paint or sketch on the, you know.
No, it could be like photo. It could be photo bashing. It could be anything actually. Anything that can serve the idea of a concept. Or just if it's for illustration, you can use any tools, or I mean, you do a quick sketch. But it depends on work actually. So you have like many ways to do things, and yeah. So just like start to build my composition.
Okay, there are already some questions on our chat. And the first one is about the Dropbox account, that people want to get some PSD from previous session. We have the PSD files preparing, and we will do everything on our website, so you don't need to go on Dropbox, so you can just download everything from the Level Up website we are launching pretty soon. And we tell it.
Now people are going back to like episode, I don't know, one last year.
No, I think
from somewhere.
I hope that we are finishing it pretty soon. So just give us a bit more time, people.
Oh.
Cross your fingers for it.
Yeah, Arnaud, how do you set your palette with colors?
How do I set my palette? What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe how do you pick up the colors? Do you have it in your mind, or you are trying to?
No, it's actually I try to just like when I choose my color, just like to figure out. It's like for color harmonies, just to use some basic, very basic stuff like thinking about maybe complementary stuff, colors or such things, you know, and then after I just like experiments. So just like with habits, I just, you know, try to feel what color could match with another one. There's like always some colors indeed that work better together. So you know, just like for example, orange and blue, this kind of stuff in nature. You know, you see that all the time. So after, I mean, you just like remember that after, and try to just remember everything and try to make your mix, and with the habits you get your own palette, you know, maybe. And it's just like a lot of exploration and practice. So for colors, I usually try, maybe if you got to put a theory on that, I'll just try some complementary stuff usually. So
yeah, yeah. With more experience, it just comes more, you know, awareness of what colors do you want to use and what you have on your mind and what you want to put on canvas, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I try to remember some moods. I used to put some screenshots, movie screenshots, just to try to remember the moods and such, the background on my desktop or such, and just I don't really it's just like unconsciously maybe try to print the stuff in my mind. I don't know. I have no, you know, miracle recipe for that. Just like try to remember and like just to memorize a bit things, and yeah.
So what about your references? Do you prepare some stuff to, you know, build up your visual library, or preparing some references, or do some live studies? How it works for you?
What do you mean as a routine?
Yeah, maybe not routine. So maybe you just do some live studies from time to time.
Yeah, I do some live studies, yeah, obviously, and yeah, like some friends say to keep my butt a bit, like to do some more, because sometimes we're pretty lazy to do stuff, going back home and after work. So yeah, I do some study a bit. Like it's very important to just push yourself and do your best, like, and just to improve, you know, and especially also for the knowledge about the images, but also to work on your the way you pen, how you brush. It's important as well, I think, and yeah.
Yeah, I just already saw that you post last time some studies with animals, right? Like horses, eagles.
Yeah. So I do my image, you know, here at work even, and yeah, it's really nice exercise to practice the technique to brush. Because for example, I start speed paint and like yeah, can arrive with a very muddy render. So it's cool, you know, to just like trying to fake a reality with some brush and just like practice to be a bit more accurate and proper,
more clean.
Yeah, cleaner a bit. Because
yeah, so it was, you know, mutual when you had some, you know, opportunity to make study with animals and of course with brush strokes, so you gained, you know, from dual things more you know, more experience. So can you tell us what are you doing right now?
Yeah, I just try to build the composition and the idea for the treasure. So I took a it's not very original, but still like it's in the topic. I just like some guys arriving to a treasure place. So I don't have to show the treasure presently. I don't need to, because it's like maybe I just see the boat, so you can guess there's some kind of. So I just like do a kind of beast around this ship.
I've just already noticed that you are working on pretty a small zoom on
Yeah,
canvas, right?
because I got to have yeah, maybe it's not cool for the viewers, but uh, I like to see. I'm not just. Yeah, I like to see my stuff from
From
further.
thumbnail.
Yeah, and you know, and then that's why after it looks a bit muddy, you know, and because I just stuck to use the stuff more, and then after you zoom in, it looks like pretty muddy. But it's like I try to change it a bit, you know, I just like zoom in and see can I change the stuff, and yeah.
Someone is asking about the sharpness of your work. You use probably the unsharp, right, filter.
Yeah.
So you use it as a final stage, or you use it
Yeah,
while
more the final, because just like when everything looks super muddy, like it's make be kind of very cheap trick, you know, to make everything like looks sharpened. But but I got to try to use it as much more like I just say that art brushes, and so it's when I cut, you know, for example, if I'm doing this, you know, I start to cut it everywhere, and it's like, oh, now it looks sharper. So I try to do that more, and because the brush are very I mean, it's texture brush. I got to clean that up in the way. So
Are you going from the value to the colors from time to time, or you usually go from color at first?
yeah, maybe I use
if
first. I think because I got to sometimes to correct the values in the way, and yeah.
Yeah, because someone is asking if you start with values sometimes.
No. I always start colors directly, and actually, when I drop colors, I can drop, you know, put my what I did at the beginning. I can do that I can do that in black and white, but that straight away I just like use the curves and just directly colors. I'm not used to work with values or in grayscale stuff. So.
But you definitely check from time to time the values on the layer with color mode and fill the black canvas or black and white filter to just check the values, right?
No, I don't check the values actually.
Okay.
So it's more like.
So you're just too good.
No, because you know it's like sometimes I just like realize at the end, oh fuck, you know, like after the 30 minutes, oh, I should have done that or I should have done that, but it's too late, and that I think that to think everything in the same time. So that's why I think it's cool exercise is speed painting stuff, because it's forced you to organize yourself, and for someone that is really disorganized like me, it's fucking nice to.
In general, you never check your values, or?
No, it's crazy.
I just
no, but I mean it's perfectly possible.
Yeah.
You learn to see values in color as you get better. Like I know that I can see values much better now than I could 2 or 3 years ago. When I look in color, I mean, still there's things that I don't see. It's definitely saturated colors, because saturated colors trick you, because they attract your attention, but they don't necessarily have a bright value. So, for example, if you pick like a pure super saturated red, it will stand out in your image, be like pang right in your face. Then if you look in values, it's just like a muddy gray. It's not a white or anything like that. But I find that it's something that you just learn with experience and practice, is just to see good values, you know, with your eye without having to look in black and white. Experience.
Yeah.
Experience.
So Arnaud, do you listen to the music while you are working? And if so, how important is it for you?
Yeah, actually, yes, more to help me to relax, especially when you put on yourself some constraint, like, okay, I got to do this, that in short time, so just like go. I don't know. Sometimes I just put some kind of epic music, you know, and hey, go ahead, and yeah, and
epic music, and you make epic stuff right there.
Maybe see there's an epic topic. I just go and like I don't know. It's like imagine like doing some armies or just like I like to do some epic stuff or.
So it helps you to imagine some stuff, right?
Yeah. I like listening to music in the same times, but just for speed maybe, but at work not much because I don't manage to concentrate much when I listen to music. I'm maybe too much in the mood of the music. I don't know. It's like so I just defocus from my work a bit. So yeah, I try to just build my image for the moment, like quite yeah, just a kind of composition.
So what about the layers? I can see that you use right now the 2 layers, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I try to just merge everything, like so I don't like to have many layers. I mean, at work it's okay. Yeah, got to figure out stuff, so you save your layers for the just in case you got to go back in your drawing. But actually for speedpen, I don't know much to outside. Tons of layers. And anyway, I got a style that is a bit painterly and rough, so I mean I can still keep that at least like no need to too much layers. Yeah.
Someone is asking that, Arnaud, do you think you can learn from speed paint or is it just for fun?
I think you can learn from speedpaint, but actually you got to do both for final piece too, because just speedpaint it's okay to it's actually very important things the thumbnails and the speedpaint. I mean, because you define the structure and the base of your work, and this is for me the most important thing because if you go and try to finish something and you have some very weak base, it's like you're working weeks and weeks for nothing almost. And if you at the first step you had a nice sketch, so you work on a good basis. So after it's like your piece that you going to.
Yeah, I think that the speed paints can learn you a lot. That the speed painting helped me a lot. So I'm pretty sure that it helps everyone who is doing it. Only you can just you can do one speed paint every day, and if there is some different subject and you have to force another things every day, like doing something different, it just helps you to learn a lot of stuff that your creativity and how much you're getting faster. Yeah, I think it's perfect to learn some stuff.
Yeah,
and the most
depends how you do speed paint. Like you need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Because some things are very easy, and you after a while you just know how to do them. Like you only work with like silhouettes and smoke and rocks and all that stuff. Like we all know how to do that. It's easy and it's fast and it looks good.
Yeah, and
but I think while you stop learning stuff from that, you need to try different things.
Yeah, and the most valuable what I found is just creating the speed paint from the brushes. Even if you are using some custom brushes, but it still gives you much more learning stuff from just doing it from brush. And of course, if you have that knowledge build up, you can use some photo textures and all that stuff to just enrich them somehow.
I think using photo texture is, I mean, when you want to be like a super like illustrator or I don't know, like work on your skills of like someone who draw, it's cool, But I mean, I don't want to be stopped by, I don't have because when you're doing some concept, for example, I don't want I get to use as much tool as possible. I don't like.
Yeah, of course, it's essential to use as as much tools as you can to help you somehow. But what I told is it just helped me to just do 1 month with everyday speed paint and doing them with brushes only, and it helped me a lot with just depicting the things with brush only, and that's not it doesn't matter what you use in your commercial work.
Yeah, I think it's just about practicing core painting skills, which sometimes if you're only photo bashing and stuff, you don't really train them as much.
You can still do it perfectly, and you will be awesome with it, but the drawing skills are also very important for compositioning and all that stuff that is needed to even photo bashing pretty right. So there is a question if this level up is the same like on concept art.org. No, it's not the same level up.
No.
No.
I don't think we want to talk about that, but let's just leave it.
I'm just saying no, and that's over.
I'm just saying no, and we were first, and that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy. He's copying us. We were first.
Alrighty.
So, how about your overpaints, guys?
I'm doing one with the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Forgot to look up the name of the artist again. Oh, why do I always do that?
Actually, we can jump onto mine, but let's give me like.
Okay.
I have to load a PSD with that.
Okay, man. Just give me a hint, and I will share the screen to yours. Let me check for some questions. Did Jonas eat it this time?
No.
He's hungry as well.
There's actually delicious stew on the fire right now, but it takes a very long time to make. It's like a Belgian stew, and it takes hours because the meat has to be super tender. So it should be ready by the end of this session.
You can donate money to Jonas Food by clicking below the video.
Jonas Food Foundation. Please feed.
Feed us. Oh yeah. Alright, so you can switch to my screen.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Am I sharing my screen or not?
No, it's your face.
So it's your face. Okay, so it's my face in the dark. Alright, so let's share the screen. Go back to Arnaud for a minute. I forgot to share. Does it work?
Yes.
Alright, so this is the portrait submitted by Diana. I hope I pronounced it well. So while Darek and Jonas are doing tons of overpaintings, mostly environments, I just wanted to focus a little bit more on character work today. So this portrait, as Diana said, was painted from imagination, which I find really, really amazing for what it is. I don't think I would be able to paint that kind of a portrait from an imagination, but let's just say this is there's a lot of good stuff happening here. But Diana wanted to make that portrait look real. So what is my suggestion will be picking a reference that we can refer to observe what is happening in real life. Because if you want to create a picture that looks realistic, you have to somehow relate to reality. So I found the reference that is matching, I think, the viewing angle of the face, and the hair is wrapping around the head a little bit, and there's some stuff that we can talk about, I think. So there's my overpainting here. So I have it step by step, so I can basically go through all of it, because it's all really basic observation stuff. So let me actually deconstruct overpainting. Okay, so I have started with fixing proportions first. Actually, I like the proportion mostly. So basically, most of the stuff is okay. So like the space between the eyes, or the size of the nose, or the size of the mouth. But what is destroying the proportions at most was the how far eye line was from the base of the nose. So basically, I lowered it, and actually it fixed it quite a lot. Let me just close these panels we don't need, so you will actually see the reference. Yeah, so I just lowered the eyes. Then I took a look at the reference, and I seen, okay, so how far actually the brows are from the eyes. And I looked at the picture in here, and I said, okay, I can go more bold with that. So I did that. Then I was looking at this reference, and I was thinking, all right, is that the amount of light I am getting? I mean, I have looked for a particular reference also for looking up to the lighting condition. So basically, this is overcast daylight, and the light is coming from everywhere. So I can paint in first that kind of a light, and then introduce some direct light source. So basically, right now I'm just trying to focus on just getting an overcast lighting in my picture. So basically, all these highlights I have in here, as they are suggesting that maybe there's a light coming from top left, as I can tell by the shadow under the nose. I just wanted to get rid of that because it was taking me away from painting inaccurate features and painting inaccurate proportions. So I've just gone to darken, set my layer to darken, just paint in, and it got rid of my highlights. Then I adjusted levels a bit, so I darkened the image to get more dark values. And now I have started to think, all right, so what is actually making this portrait cartoony? What is making this portrait not look realistic? And the answer was values. Values on specific features weren't correct. So I was looking, let me actually do that little trick. You can open up the same file again by going to Windows, Arrange, New Window for the particular file, and it opens up again. You can just take it and do another window from it, so we would be able to see the reference all the time right now. Basically, it's the same file, right? Yeah. So let's see what the next layer is. Yeah. So as you can see, I was looking at mouth, and I was asking myself, okay, what isn't working in here? I switched the picture to seeing values. So I checked my values. I put a black layer over the top with the saturation, and I filled it with black. And what you can see is, okay, even though, like Jonas said a minute before me, how vibrant color can trick your eye to seeing it darker. As you can probably see in here, this is a vibrant red, and you probably would see it as a little bit darker than skin, and it is just a tiny bit darker, not as much, like two value steps or even one value step, but not as dark as here. And as you can also see, there's not as much value on the borders on the mouth. So I have these two things in my head, and I just implemented that. So not as much values on the borders, and a little bit lighter overall. Yeah, so I was just moving on. Okay, I've seen, okay, actually there's not as much value difference between her neck and her cheek, just because it's an overcast lighting. So basically I introduced that. As you can see, I also changed a little bit of the light.
So you are putting the values very carefully, with staying with mid-tones and putting the highlights at the very ending, right?
Yeah, because that's how the skin works, actually. Mm-hmm. This is I'm just thinking about the skin as a matte surface. So matte surface isn't actually getting you as much value differentiation as the metallic or chrome or any other material. So basically, it's just matte. So it would get specular highlights only in a specific areas, which are very in very specific conditions, right? So you have the eyes that is wet and it's a ball, so basically that's why you're getting a specular highlight in that place. If her nose would be wet, you would probably get the highlight there as well, because water is getting highlights in a different way than skin. So yeah, so that's a couple of things to think about. Let me just switch on the layers again. Okay, so I lowered the eyes even more. Yeah, I was looking at her eyes in here, also turning on the values, and I was just looking for a pattern. I wasn't thinking of painting eyes, I was thinking of painting shapes. Actually, to what point I can simplify. Let me get some regular brush. To what point I can actually simplify this whole thing. I mean, in terms of shapes. So basically you have this shape, which you can paint with only one value, basically. And it could give you a realistic looking shape for an eye. It would be recognizable as an eye. So there was a mess in here in terms of like a little highlight here, a little highlight here, and like the shadow pattern was broke into several different values which were far apart from each other. And I was trying to just go and make one continuous shape of it. So basically I started to fix it. Yeah, introducing a highlight on her eyes, like the light would refract through the eye and hitting the iris. Here I'm going in with soft brush, just blending the skin a little bit more. Yeah, here's I'm doing the same. Just yeah, this is pretty important. Let me talk about that. So, like you can see in here, there's some brush strokes going on. These are original brush strokes that Diana did, and their direction is very particular. They're going against the form, which is the worst thing you can do to the form. I mean, they're going around the form, yes, but you can benefit from doing these brush strokes, and you can make the form read better if you would wrap it, for example, against like the forehead is a part of a head, which is partly a ball in here, which has its particular form. So actually going around that with brush strokes would make it a little bit more readable. So think about that. That's basically what I did in here. I think Diana was just scared not to interrupt the hair structure in here. That is painted in the same direction, and basically if you will paint different thing but with the same brush quality, brush direction, it will suggest that it's the same thing. So to differentiate that, I was just getting rid of these directional brush strokes. And in here I applied, I thought, okay, I think we need some vibrance in the different parts of the face. So I took a layer on soft light, and I sampled the color that I already have in there, and I took a big soft brush and just softly glazed over it to get some warmness going on. So remember, the task is to make it a little bit more realistic. I'm not trying to, maybe I'm getting a little bit away from what I started from, but that's the only, I think, that's for me, the only way to make it a little bit more realistic. And I'm constantly looking at the reference. I'm not trying to get the likeness or anything like that. I'm just making observations on what's happening here. I may replicate the light condition, But it's not necessary. I may use it only for proportions. I may use it for anything I want. So yeah, and here I just tone down the hair. You can see it.
Nice, looks amazing, man.
And this is the place when I started to actually introduce more highlights. So what I did, I created a layer normal. I took a basic brush and just sampled the color I had in here and just made it a little bit grayer and lighter. And I started to paint with that. So basically it's the same color hue, but it's a little bit less saturated and more lighter in terms of brightness. I think my computer is starting to...
Are you here, man?
You get kicked.
Okay, so maybe just go back to Arnaud screen for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's wow, it seems that it's final, right? Can you a bit zoom in the picture?
Yeah, I mean, still to, yeah, maybe, I think to put more, the idea was like to put the focus on the Guardian.
Man, it looks amazing.
Like, actually,
Yeah, wow.
the idea was beyond the mess of the textures, like to just put a key light and the focus, like for the top is the Guardian from the trailer, and is the beast here. So to put the emphasis on it, like to put just like if you look for from further like this, like I put this like key light here, and so the stuff pop, and this is the main, and give the importance to this Guardian stuff just by lighting. Something maybe I didn't have to the time to do at these 30 minutes, so I just saved for the 30 minutes my work in progress. And the lighting, we talk about values, but for example here I got some colors, but here's maybe I didn't have time to set all the values yet. So I mean that's something I can do, I guess, a bit earlier, but that's the way it is. You know, it couldn't be perfect in the 30 minutes.
Can you show us a bit bigger?
Yeah, it's still very rough. You know, like the lines are.
It looks like oil painting. Yeah. Nice job.
Yeah, it's like try to give a bit of storytelling to like the guys arriving, instead of just like doing like random landscape or such. But yeah, that's about it. A bit about the process. If I have maybe 1 minute to talk about like what I was talking before.
Okay, take your time, man. Take your time.
Okay, so when at the first time I was like, let's work this stuff here. Okay, I was just applying my texture. I said I just start with colors, but actually sometimes it happens to me just like to use the curve stuff like here and play, for example, with the colors, so I can get a variety of colors as well. So when I can grab and pick some, maybe, I don't know, some color that I don't expect to use usually, so it helped me to find some new colors and experiment stuff, because when you use the curve, it's not especially like colors that you usually think. So it's a good way to explore colors, I think, like, and to have fun with like I don't know, and pick up some stuff, you know, and like start to have fun, you know, and do stuff, and and yeah, you know, you can just like play with texture like this and find your way to, and you have put your color already, you know, and just you try to search from your base and add some more, like I don't know, after you can just like do your own colors on the top of it, like I don't know. It's like pretty experimental each time. It's like you're playing with stuff with colors and texture, and you just try to.
So it seems that you have finished speed paint in 2 minutes.
No, it's more like it's random. Like it's easy, like with texture to make some environments, like organic environments. Then after when it starts to be hard surface stuff, like robots makes and city stuff, it start to be really a problem after because this is like not maybe that kind of process to use for that. Maybe after you got to use maybe I don't know like lasso tool and organize more your piece and such. But for that kind of exercise or just like really organic stuff, I think that fits pretty good to use some of those like really big brush strokes and.
So you are preparing your textures on your own, right? Texture brushes.
No. Actually, I just like picked some stuff on the web. I didn't much. I created like 1 or 2 brushes, but I'm sure I got some from Jonas as well, like because.
Yeah, but you know how to use them like a master. I can never get that good.
No, man.
That looks amazing, man. Just like a couple of brush strokes and just the way it express.
He did it in 2 minutes. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
The idea is like like creating your some texture, just on top of it, like come and cut and.
Yeah, but it shows how much experience you have that from only few strokes, or even you can do few strokes and you already know what you want to depict. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's being able to do something by being suggestive. You don't have to define every shape. You're just being suggestive, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, I don't have to search more. I mean, because the stuff is like it's not much much control exactly what you want, because obviously you just put some texture and just find some shades here and there, and then after okay you did something like interesting, but after you got to answer to fit to a topic, it's kind of start to be a bit more picky, and that's why it's very interesting to have this exercise every day to train with, like with a topic and try to control all of that, so it's still experimenting anyway. So that's definitely. So I think that's about it. I think if some guys have some question, I can maybe try.
Yeah. I'm just reviewing them. It's a lot of questions. So let me find something. Maybe can you just tell us a bit about your traditional painting, or you just used to do it? What's your experience with traditional background?
Yeah, I used to paint on acrylic, and I like painting on very huge format. That's a pretty paradoxal because I'm on digital. I'm working very tiny, but I like painting a lot, but I don't do it much since I just like start to more digital stuff. And I try watercolors as well. It's very difficult, but it's a really nice training. And for traditional like random stuff, sketchbook. But like I said, I'm not really comfortable with line art or such, so it's more scribbles than sketches or than really. I don't do things accurate. I just draw. My speed it's like represent me a lot because like I'm very messy, and so I'm comfortable with that texture stuff, and yeah.
But do you think it's important to get some traditional background to start doing digital accurately? What's your point in it?
Yeah, I think when I did a lot of traditional before, when I came to digital, I tried some stuff that was not at all like close to something like traditional, because I just tried to make something fit to what I saw on the web and try to. But after thinking about that, I think it depends of you how you handle your process. If you want to stick to your traditional stuff, I didn't even think about use a traditional way to do things. And it's up to your mindset, I guess. Like some people are just like reproducing the habits from traditional to digital, but I was not like that. So I just have to, after years, just to realize, oh, what I just have to do more like just like apply like I'm doing maybe this stuff to apply texture on a canvas. It's like maybe something like I do like traditional, just to put the first layer of painting. I don't know. It's like it's hard to explain. You know, I didn't even think more about this, but I think it's still could help. You know, anyway, traditional for me is the best. Is the best because it's different, but for me it's the best. So I will always say like, yeah, for sure, got to try it traditionally.
Yeah, it helps for sure because you can gain a lot from only drawing, and you can imply it into your sketching on the tablet the same, like, building up the values and solids. It creates your own, library with, the knowledge of, depicting the stuff very, very accurately as you do with very few strokes. It already shows that how much aware you are where you are doing some stuff.
Yeah, I try to. Well, the thing is that's cool with the speed paint. I think it's like you can don't. Yeah, that's true. You don't finish a piece. That's true. I made it, like it's not good for your portfolio. Just just have a bunch of sketches, But at least you can explore a lot of things at the same time. You can have fun. You can just like create your own world, and I think it's okay for me. It's like yeah, as long as you have fun and you like draw a lot and do a lot of things, like, it's still nice, But after, for work, for portfolio, I guess it's not, you get to push more, and do some illustration and yeah. But for me, it's just like playing with. It's more like about having fun, and playing with your tools and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think there's some other question, I can just answer. Or I know that you want me to do some overpaint as well. So I don't.
Have you picked any picture from the group to get started overpaint?
Yeah, I picked, but I just don't remember the name.
Okay, so maybe Jonas, can we switch to your screen to see what you're working on?
Yeah. I mean, it's not done, but maybe I can talk about a couple things. Sure.
Okay. So I'm just sharing the screen on yours.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so I picked this work. Your paint's not done yet, but I quite liked it. I think it looks pretty cool.
I like the wings.
Yeah. Well, the wings are nice, but they don't really have a consistent design, and they're really squiggly.
With the tracers on the...
Yeah, I think maybe the artist warped a little bit. But the thing that bothered me the most about this work, apart from like, the values or the, like the fundamental stuff, is sort of the storytelling, because it kind of looks like the dragon is chasing the horseman, but then he's looking away and breathing into the sky, and that kind of confused me. So I wanted to change that. So I'll just show overpaint, but obviously it's not done yet.
Shit.
So
Nice.
I changed quite a lot. First of all, like I felt like there was no scale in this image because this rock thing here is very flat, but it's also because of how it's painted. It looks like a flat rock instead of a mountain or anything like that. But I haven't added any foreground elements. But I like the sort of tilted horizon, so I kept that. But I wanted the dragon to actually chase the horse riders. It just made more sense to me. But obviously, it's not finished, and I still need to do some polish and some light effects and stuff.
Yeah, I would suggest to maybe add a bit more, smokes.
Yeah. It's not done. Like I'm still working on it. But just trying to get. But I can sort of go through the layers that I already have. So first, I just sort of photo bashed this background to just create something that has more depth, and just added a lake there, and then a big empty sky, which gave me place to put the dragon. And then I played around with some lighting. which is this layer, then obviously if I add the dragon into it, you know, you can see that the values start to read a little bit better than this. It's a bit dramatic, maybe a little bit exaggerated, but
no, it looks amazing.
and then I added some effects on the dragon, and actually to give that sort of, you know, he's got these like this sort of light that's burning inside him, and to do that I actually use this texture, which is like an electron scan of I don't know what it is, like cells or something, but it's got a cool pattern. So you know, you can just use crazy stuff to get cool effects, and I just use it to get that sort of lava look in there. And then yeah, the last layer is just some smoke, which is created by the horses running, just some dust and stuff. But yeah, I still need to work. And I think also something cool to always play with if you're doing dragons is the subsurface scattering in the wings.
Yeah.
Because it's like supposed to be a thin layer of skin. So if there's a strong light behind him, like here, it would always sort of, you know, it would sort of illuminate.
Yeah, it always works pretty well.
Sorry?
Yeah, it always works pretty well, that subsurface scattering.
It just looks nice. So yeah, I'll do some more work on it, and maybe we can get back to it later.
Okay, man. Amazing job.
Back to you.
Okay, Arnaud, we are again on your screen.
Okay, so just like switch to. So I'm doing the overpaint on level up stuff. Like, but I don't remember the name of the guy did that. So I'm sorry about this. Maybe if he.
No problem, man.
Look at the stuff, and we can just like give his name. So yeah, I choose that one. It's like posted lately. I think because at the first glance, I just like find that it's a bit flat, and it was a good piece to just like talk about texturing a bit and giving like perspective with like a size of shapes and textures, for example. And for example, I think that this mech in the middle is like very too tiny, and in the composition, so I just like go and crop. So just like put a bit more. I mean, try to see more about the mech, and I just like select it so I can work after on the background more easily. I just like cut that, and maybe I will just use that too. This is like I mean the topic is make what the name of the topic again? He's just checking some stuff in the volcano. It's a make, but I don't remember the name of the topic. So yeah, what I used to do with the texture, for example, to give a bit of perspective is like, for example, I can create a layer and give a bit of texture like this. I just simply like distort it like this. And it's just like, it's a bit like simple, but it's already give a bit more of a kind of perspective. And so you see, you just have after to follow and go and start to overpaint a bit, just like.
So we are going to do it more depth, right?
Yeah. We try to give it more depth a bit, and because let's do that. Let's copy it and let's put it here, maybe. So you can give it depth with perspective or depth with the lighting, but also with the shapes. And for example, can have a very noisy foreground. I mean, a lot of detail in the foreground. And the more you go away, and the more you lose your details, and you give a lot less information. So it can give you some depth like this.
People are still wondering that you are working on that thumbnail size of the document.
Yeah, I got to work.
Yeah, you probably find it pretty, it's just your normal work, so right?
Yeah. I just work very, very, very tiny. I just zoom in time to time after, just like to check, for the clean up the piece and polish. But it's a way for me to see, the difference as well with the. I mean.
Well, you're only focusing on fundamentals. That's the thing that I think
people
need to know. You're only seeing the composition and the values of your image, and you're not seeing anything else. And it's good because that way it always works.
Yeah, so for me, it's like the most important thing before going further in a drawing or an illustration is like, because I see that a lot. Even me, I do the mistake. It's like start something, but after you can, even if you do a sketch, after you when doing detailing and stuff, you start to unfocus. You start to lose. You're a bit what was good in your sketch, because you start to detail, and then you want to apply these rules of art, like art rules, local art rules, like okay, this lighting here, this lighting there, just like put extra effect everywhere, and then after it came with a mess and stuff like over detail, and probably you can lose your depth and that kind of stuff. So basically, it's just always time to time, just like try to keep your thumbnail or sketch close, beside, and just to compare, if you don't go further. And yeah, you got to always check the structure and the basic. And I've like checked also the lighting too, I think, because it can serve your idea. If you, for example, if I change the light here, I don't know, let's start, what can we do? Because there's like kind of light from everywhere, but if I want, for example, to give some more drama, they just like can start to create maybe like, I don't know, like
so more focused light you want to have, right?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, like just a place. Maybe with a color, it could be a color to not just like light, like maybe. Oh. Like, yeah, just a bit like just a place. For example, if for example I put a bit of yellow orange in that place, it's just like attract the eye, and I can do, for example, on the side some more like blue or such things, and start to have like some more color variation, and yeah, it's like good to do.
So how about defining inspirations for your work? If you do some, not only the things that is from the subject, and you just do something, personal, how do you find the inspiration? You watch documentaries or travel or?
No, it's like not just like just find stuff on the web, like just interesting. I try to fill a bit the brain, with like some images. Like I always like every day gather some images like I like, and I find really, really nice, and just like to, because I think it's like to go with your memory and try to remember stuff, like print that in your mind. So then after when you come to draw, it's like something, maybe I already know that a bit, so you try, but you don't start from scratch, you have something in your head. So it's always good to, I think, to just like see a lot, try to remember a lot of things that you see, you know, in real life, or even like I don't know, just simple image on the web or such. Yeah, try to just like.
There is some question to Jonas. Jonas, can you
Yeah.
ask? This is the question about the industry workshop in London. People are asking, people are asking where they can stay for, you know, and what's the place to get the cheap accommodation. And if you can,
We're gonna look into that. I don't know yet, but we're gonna find out for good places around there. So we'll provide information.
Okay.
It's still far away, but we'll provide information about possible place to sleep, because we know that, you know, you guys, you know, it's a lot of money, and obviously you don't want to spend too much, and I can't have all of you sleeping on my floor, so. But no, well, I'll definitely look into that, or we're all gonna look into that, and we'll try to help everyone out as much as possible.
Okay.
But I think this will probably be something for after we sell the tickets, because there's only 200 or 250 tickets, and then we'll just sort of see, you know, who's there, and if anyone needs help, we'll try to help you guys out. Tickets are going on sale Monday, by the way, the early bird tickets.
Okay.
I think they're gonna sell out quickly, so I would recommend getting them, if you want to come, getting them soon. I think they're gonna go away much faster than expected.
Okay, nice. So you will probably, you know, provide the information on maybe Level Up group to people.
I will.
Okay.
I'll probably post it on my Facebook.
Okay.
Once I know more about it. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yes. Yeah, so basically try to continue.
Yeah, Arnold, you can talk a bit more about what you're doing right now.
Yeah, I'll start to add some maybe more about blue tones behind, just to give a bit more depth, and also make the silhouettes popping a bit more, like with some brighter values behind. And still, but the mood is a bit different though, so I have to try also to keep a bit the artist wanted to show, so I try to. There's a thing I don't understand. Maybe you can, Jonas, or you guys help me. It's like the color dynamic stuff in the brushes. I don't.
Yeah, people are also asking if you have any of your brushes set online.
No, I just on my Facebook page, I guess. I have not much.
So what was your question about the color?
Yeah, I don't know much how to use it, because I know that's because I'm interested in.
Oh, okay. It's quite handy. I don't use it that much, but it's quite handy. Basically, if you turn it on, there's a bunch of stuff that you can, bunch of color settings, and then it won't work if your. I don't think it will work if your brush doesn't have scattering on. I mean, it will, but then you have to click every time. But if it has scattering on, every time it places the brush, it's going to apply a different color setting. And one that I think is actually the nicest is the foreground background jitter, because then you can just pick a foreground color and background color, and it's just going to jitter between those two. So it's really good if you're painting grass or something. You take a darker green and a lighter green, and you paint with your grass brush, and it will just jitter between the two. And then you've got huge jitter, and the more you turn it up, the more it will deviate left or right in the color wheel. Saturation the same, it will increase saturation or lower it. Brightness the same. And purity, I think, I don't know exactly what purity is, but to me it looks kind of like a saturation as well. Maybe Wojtek knows, I don't know. I don't use purity.
I mean, I use color dynamics for creating the textury underpaintings like Arnaud did. So I think you will find it beneficial, especially for that. You can just turn the color dynamics on and try changing the hue slider and brightness slider and see what it does. It actually make your brush stroke more rich and varied in terms of hue and whatever slider you will move. So it's actually pretty useful to get your brush stroke less Photoshoppy, more organic.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, so you can actually play around with that in that early stages when you actually are just playing around with textures and stuff. You can, yeah, I've seen Jamie Jones using that as well as Eitan Zana with his painterly style. So it's actually pretty useful for that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and you can actually also use it in a more structured way, like Jonas said, like picking specific colors and just pinning in like specific texture, and that's also useful for that.
Alright guys, if you have any more questions to you or Arnaud or any of us, just do it on the chat.
I got kicked while doing my overpainting, so sorry for that. I basically covered everything I wanted to talk about.
So maybe Wojtek, if you want, I can share your screen and you can finish to talk about it.
I mean, I think I was finished, and I'm because the file was just too big. I set the resolution too high, and my computer just broke down. I don't think it's a good idea to switch to my screen right now, so because I think it will break again. We can try later on, like in 20 minutes. I will get 10 minutes. I will get my another painting done. And guys, if you are enjoying this stream, please subscribe to our channel. You will stay up to date with everything we will have to show you ever. So just go and subscribe. You will have the most important information on your YouTube.
Yeah, we have also some, the ideas to get some more attractions in our level up group, and we probably announce it after the show.
Basically we are thinking about contests, but it's really hard.
Because we want to sort of challenge you guys to do stuff and try stuff, and we also want to give people prizes.
Yeah.
But we don't want it to turn into a
best painting stuff, or
Yeah, like I think the problem is, like if you do a contest on DeviantArt, well, the best painter wins, period, and it's only fair because they're big companies and they want the best work. Level Up is about getting better, and we don't want to help. Like, there's no point in doing a contest and then a professional, goes in and does it, and then the professional wins the prize. There's no point in that, like. So we're thinking, if you guys have any suggestions. Yeah,
go ahead.
No.
Actually, we don't need to rush it, but we are still thinking about it.
We are looking for ways not to discriminate by skill level or anything. We are trying to look for a way to...
The best way to get it done.
Or maybe, a couple of contests with different categories. We have to figure it out, because we have some sources of getting new prizes, which is really cool, and it can actually, I think, boost the community, make it a little bit more competitive in a good way. I hope. It's really easy to break it into a really bad atmosphere, but I hope it will turn out okay. So stay tuned for more info soon. As we will, I think we'll figure it out. So everyone will have the same chance. And I just don't think it will be about the painting skills. Maybe, but it's more about progression, but not freaking posting these progression posts all the time. So
please stop it.
Not stop it. It's good to see them. I mean, I really enjoyed looking at them, and somehow I boosted. Because I reshared a couple of them. So people thought, okay, so maybe he's enjoying looking at that, so let's post more, and it turned out to be a really crazy
Someone is asking, is the price is vodka?
Yeah.
I can personally, provide you with vodka.
Yeah, that's the best price we can afford right now. No, we're just kidding.
Yeah.
We have some cool stuff to educational mostly.
Okay, Arnaud, can you talk a bit more what you are doing right now?
Yeah, just like continue to just like work on texture. Well, basically, I was trying to do. Maybe I don't know if like maybe it was more about this foreground stuff here, and I think was very flat. And it's cool to give some. Enfin, the idea was that it was like I would just do a quick. It was more like to indicate some with the shapes of the texture, not to indicate some direction, and so like to put kind of because you can have perspective, atmospheric perspective, the light, but also with the shapes, if you just to really feel your ground, like have like noisy stuff in the front, and I mean bigger shapes, and then after go further, you go like with smaller shapes, and also can have some noisy texture on the front, like because if for example if I'm doing this, let's see, okay, I'm doing this, it's okay, we see it's popping on the front. This is I start to over detail the background with some texture brush, I mean, and after the image start to be flat. And that was a problem. Yeah, it's okay, on what he did, like on the background you have the smoke, so you have less information. But the concern was more about the foreground, that what, like if you look at it, it looks like more like horizontal line like this. I got that proper brush, yeah. So we just like follow some horizontal shapes, and it's like don't merge the image with the perspective, but if you start, for example, to just work a bit about the shapes of the environments, and just try to follow some kind of invisible, I don't know, perspective grid or such, just that to just give some direction, like and more like a more realistic background, I think. But the point was just more about this for this painter, and yeah, I think probably done with it, I guess. Like didn't do much actually. It's like just about this stuff here. Yeah. Yeah. Previously it was like got to go to history. Yeah, I got something like this, I think. So is it the difference, like just to focus a bit? What did I do?
Can you show once more the previous?
I think I just lost it. yeah. Just the thing with the history stuff. Like I just don't put this little brush on the layer. I just like fuck disappear. So that was a good good point. So yeah, that was about it. So like, if you remember what I did, yeah.
Remember?
Remember?
Well, people can just watch it again.
Yeah. And so, well, what was about it here? For example, just saying that.
I think that's the best encouragement to watch it again.
Yeah. Like yeah, the topic was about the Mac, and see, for example, the Mac is like very tiny in the middle like this. So the point was just like to crop, and like to refine from that, make it like more like the center, the focus of the image, and it was more about this actually, and yeah, and the background just to change a bit more the perspective with the shapes and the structure of the ground, and but actually it's already nice, use of texture, different smoke and the ground, so it's like making some different kind of texture, and yeah. So I think I won't redo it, but if you guys have some more questions, I don't know, like would be to something, or just like.
Yeah. Okay. And please don't forget to save the PSD files. Okay. so we can post it on Level Up website after.
Okay. But for this one, I think I got to redo it. I guess you got to post something. But yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah.
I love the points you made about the perspective, and yeah, that's cool.
And definitely the depth is already seen in it, because yeah, at very first it doesn't look that good.
Yeah, I didn't do much, but also, you know, like if you look at this stuff, like there's a lot of sharp everywhere and sharpness everywhere, so just it could be nice to just like focus on the place you want to have more details. If all the details here just like attract the eyes, and it can be very rough on the sides and that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like some very basic rules, but the basics are the best to build your stuff. So if I can just say to just like details, because I used to use a lot of to focus on details a lot before, because I want to do some super realistic things and this light, do this effect and all that stuff. But it's just like not the right focus. I think the right focus. Personally, it's just my opinion, but I think it's just like to go with like the structure, the readability, the composition, the lighting, like how the lights serve your idea, and really the basics actually. And then after on top of that, you can go ahead and details, you know, and not the opposite, like oh yeah, I got to because you have like want to copy a study. I think that's so nice. You just focus on that and you forget, you know, the structure and the basics. So for yeah, I've got to have a word for this. Like it's just like the focus, the mindset, maybe just to focus on the big things and after the little things after. But it's hard to it's hard to do actually. So yeah.
Okay, just please save it. Okay.
I am, but I didn't do much on this one, so just maybe the other one. I don't know.
Actually, some people asked in a question on the chat that about that Verve Painter tool. So, Dark, can you just switch to my screen and I can very quickly and roughly introduce people to this little piece of software, which is free.
Done.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, Jonas, have you tried it out?
No, I haven't tried it. Someone sent it to me a few days before I saw you trying something with that.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't checked it out yet, but it looks pretty cool.
Okay, so for you guys, I mean, Dark, Jonas, what's the most important part would be that grid, the idea of having a grid in here. So basically, let me start from the beginning. What is that program? This program is a free experimental software that is somehow dedicated to simulate fluids and paints, how they actually mix with each other. So actually, they are mixing really realistically, creating like a 3D texture in here. You can download it for free. Just go to my profile. There's a video overview of that. I can change the fluidity of the whole thing, so you can actually see how the paint is spread around, and it's a really convincing simulation, as you can see. And I was asking myself if I can paint with that tool, and actually I can, which is really cool. I can sample, I can use layers, I can, you know, it's maybe dedicated for more like art rage and stuff like that, but actually you can paint in here. So for really interesting effects, you can go here and, I know, try out different things, like different brushes, and you can also paint on layers in here, which is pretty cool. Let me actually reset the...
Yeah, because now it just looks like you had diarrhea on the canvas.
Yeah, man, because I'm not painting anything. I was just showing off the...
I know.
Yeah. So
the same background as me. That's confusing.
Yeah, man, The Witcher 3. Oh,
yeah, I've got the same background, man.
Yeah, it was inspired by you, man.
Oh, okay. All right.
I saw it in my
happy Polish coincidence.
Oh,
Yeah.
how sweetie.
All right. So you have that grid. You can toggle it by hitting G in here, and actually you can. It's a little perspective guide that you can actually edit live. So if you hit Control G, it will go to the edit mode, and you can move around. You can lock it. You can change its.
That looks awesome, man. We need that in Photoshop.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. It may be not as useful in here as it would be in Photoshop. You can actually just, hit G and it goes back, and you can just actually paint in here, which is like mix of 3D and 2D software. And it was developed by one person.
Oh.
So it's just crazy that you can do all that stuff. You can change like the color, the amount of squares in here. You can actually pan and move and just walk through these,
You change the lens because it's like on a fisheye lens right now.
Yeah, I can change it holding shift and just mouse wheel.
Okay, yeah.
So like you can see, I can change it to be less converged.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's basically awesome. I would love to see it in Photoshop because it's a perfect tool for quick sketching or like quickly checking your composition. Yeah, so it's awesome. It's just awesome. So if you like that, like if you like what you see, just go and look for Verve, and you will have no issue with getting it. So.
Nice.
This made me think. I mean, not so much about the fluid simulation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the 3D thing, you could actually build something like that in Photoshop.
Because there is 3D.
There's 3D in Photoshop.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's extended, but you could create like sort of a preset of some grids or something set in a cube, like a preset OBJ or something, an OBJ file. I might see if I can try making that.
Okay, so Jonas will do a plugin to Photoshop for us.
I still need to release the other one. Who wants to do beta test of my? Because actually, my custom panel is almost finished.
Oh, damn! So we are still working on that.
Yeah, I created a new button called God Rays, which like generates sunbeams.
Oh shit! That's like.
I'm not kidding.
Okay, I get it.
It's not working perfectly just yet, but yeah.
But it's working. That's scary.
Yeah, it's working more or less. It's working more or less.
So how can you explain how it actually works?
It basically.
Maybe you want to show the people,
Yeah, I can try to show it, but it's like a bit buggy. But I can try to show it.
So I'm sharing the screen on yours right now.
Okay, hold on. So, yeah, I'll just do it on the overpaint, but I don't know if it's gonna like I'm saying, like it's still buggy, and I'm still like sorting it out. And Sergey is helping with the scripting, and I have this weird thing that goes wrong when I do it. I don't know yet. But if I would create the same layer, let me just create a copy of that layer and crush it a little bit. You'll understand in a minute why I'm doing this, but if I go to guides and I set a point, this would be like my light source point that I set, and then I press the God Rays button. Okay. So basically it creates these sort of volumetric rays. Let me just darken that a little bit. So you can see, you can sort of see the effect here.
Awesome.
It's not working perfect yet, but basically the idea is that you just put a point somewhere, which will be your light source. So if you have a sun in your painting or whatever, you can use the point, set it on there, and press that button, and it should create this kind of volumetric light. Because I feel like I had to do that. Yeah.
Nice.
The panel's coming along, and I'm gonna let some people beta test it. I've added a bunch more categories, and there's a bunch of new brushes. I've been making new brushes, so like I've been making like some lens flare, some nice lens flare.
Give it to me. I will do some sunbeams craziness.
Yeah. So like I got some that I actually made from my camera, which are like real. This is not the right painting to show it on, but they're like real flares and real bouquets as well, like a nice sort of bouquet stuff. And yeah, just lots of crazy, and also making a lot of stylized brushes for people who like to do, like, you know, crazy stylized stuff. There's just some like really cool, like, just, I don't know, different kind of weird brushes in here, like. But yeah, it's almost done. It's almost done.
It's like an ultimate Photoshop plugin for digital painters.
Yeah, that's what it's turning into. And I have a brush here called Pubes, which is if you need to draw pubes. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh shit.
No, I call it pubes because it looks like pubes, but it's actually really good for small highlights on the edge of hair. Like, you know, there's always these small sort of...
Is it sampled from somewhere, like from pubes or something?
No, it's not sampled from pubes, man. Okay, but yeah, that's
Okay, so, can you guys show a bit more about overpaints that you've been doing?
Yeah, well, that was mine. Actually, haven't started.
Yeah, maybe you can finish your talk with this dragon, you know.
Oh, okay. So are we going back to my screen?
Okay.
No, sorry, because I did all this stuff that I shouldn't be doing. Hold on. Let me share the screen again. So I did a bit more stuff. I don't think I'm gonna work, because I think I'm gonna leave a little bit earlier because I want to eat my stew. But basically, just to make it a bit more interesting, I sort of added some more fire and stuff. Yeah, I can make it a little bit darker. And like from the wings, just made some sort of fire come off the wings, and some sparks and some little effects and stuff. I think I went way too far from the original painting. I just got carried away. Sorry. So I don't know
It looks amazing, huh?
how helpful it is. It's not. I don't think it's that helpful.
Can you show the previous version?
Yes. It's actually cool. It's a really cool painting, and there's actually a lot of stuff about this painting that's better than mine. But I think the main problem is the depth, and just the painting technique, and just something weird with the dragons.
Yeah, I just like the both versions of the poses that you are doing, guys. Yours, Jonas, and the previous one was pretty cool.
Yeah, like just needs to have a bit more storytelling, and the storytelling is not consistent unless he's like waking up and they're like, "Oh shit, get out of the way." But I thought it would be more interesting if he was chasing. This might need maybe some foreground elements, which I haven't added yet. Because like he had some, I don't know, he had some cool foreground elements. I don't know exactly what I would put here, but maybe just like, I don't know, something to break up the foreground. I don't know.
Or maybe you could put, you know, just a bit less dark shadows on the dragon, so overall dragon would be a bit lighter. It could give a bit more depth.
I actually just screwed it up because I wanted to show the sunbeams thing.
Yeah,
So it's not supposed to be dark.
Okay.
It was actually, you can see it was a bit brighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, for demonstrational purposes.
We understand it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I am sharing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so can I share the screen on Arnaud right now? Okay. Arnaud, the screen is on yours right now.
Okay. I just like continue to work on it till I lose a bit of it with my history stuff. Yeah, just push what I said.
Oh, he was just kicked.
He probably doesn't know he got kicked.
Okay, let me inform him.
Yep.
Wojtek, are you doing the second overpaint right now?
No, I just got carried away because of the Photoshop. My Photoshop
Okay.
is just going crazy, and I don't think I can do anything in it. Even though I had prepared like 2 more, I think I will just upload them after the session. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm.
Okay, Arnold is back, so we can go back to.
So we're on my screen. Okay, so
Yes, Tom, yours.
it's my turn to talk. Yeah, basically, just like if you notice the disk area. No, I will try not to do the same. No, it's not the same. So let's find out the previous version here. So here.
What are you laughing about?
The comments are just really funny.
What?
There's been Raposa's dick brush. So I guess a Q brush is not that bad.
people want to imply it to your, but you know, the panels.
So just here to see the difference between the two foregrounds, actually. So just to give a bit more like some structure, actually. Because everything seems floating a bit, and it's not really real ground, but I'm just giving some, just to repeat a bit what I said before. Yeah. So, have you guys any question? No more?
I'm looking, but they're all kind of funny questions. They're not. Yeah. So, guys, if you have any more questions for Arnaud, please.
Just go ahead. We have 25 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Don't have to set my stuff first.
And about the panel, it works in CS6 right now, and I think I will be able to make it work for CC. But for CS5, you'll have to convert it somehow with an older version of Configurator. And I don't have that, but I think someone might be able to do it. It's basically a copy-paste job, I think. And it's going to be free, of course.
Yeah. So you're
I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
no, go ahead.
Are you doing any more overpaint, or you are preparing your flutes right now?
No, I don't think so, because I'm going to get out a little bit sooner.
Okay.
Even a little bit sooner.
All right.
So actually, maybe we will just wrap up sooner today. Like Darek's monitor is broken, so he cannot do any overpaints. My Photoshop is. Let me actually try it again. Photoshop is going crazy. Jonas is starving, so I don't think it's the best scenario for Sunday evening, right? What actually try it again.
People are also asking about our opinion about the art schools. We just replied plenty times in the previous versions. You can go to the first 3 episodes and you will find a lot of responses into it.
And in episode 9, we also talked about it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I want to recommend a book. Yes, it's that time of the week where we do a book recommendation. Wait, hold on. Wait for it. Opening Google Fact.
Oh man.
What are you preparing for us, man? I know
this week's book. This week's book is actually a really good book that I used for inspiration for a lot of my architectural super detailed paintings, like my whatever, you won't know the name, but it's a book that I got as a birthday present from my dad many years ago. But it's an amazing book, and I still use it so often. And it's called A Visual Encyclopedia of Architecture by the Pepin Press. So if you just type Visual Encyclopedia of Architecture, you will find it on Amazon to buy. It's like, you can find it for $4. It's like ridiculously cheap, and it's a fat book, and it's only got 10 drawings, so it doesn't have any photos. It's all drawings, but the drawings are amazing. and it's from architecture of all over the world. So it goes from like Roman to Greek to Mughal to Maya, Aztec, like it's just from everywhere around the world, pen drawings. And the amazing thing about this is that a lot of these drawings are very old, like some of them are from, you know, a couple 100, 200, maybe 300 years old. So there's a lot of buildings that don't exist anymore. So you cannot find any photos of these buildings, but the drawings are there. And there's just some amazing, amazing stuff in there. I actually went to visit a couple of places on my trips because I saw them drawn in this book, and I was just like, wow, that building's so cool. I have to see it in real life.
Actually, I found it. It's like $4, literally.
Yeah, I can post it also on the group, or we can post it after the session. So.
Yeah, and it's like
really
£5.
£5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just buy it. I mean, it's so cheap. Come on, just buy it. It's so good. I've used it so many times.
Nice, great. Thanks for that. Let me find it on Amazon UK.
Oh, here's a very serious question. How do you see the future of Level Up? Well, it will be one where we won't have any jobs because you're all too awesome. We'll just be poor, lonely, sad old guys with like one watcher. Oh, welcome to the 4,000.
We'll have like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And it will be like national celebration every week, Sunday. Oh yeah, that's the future.
But I think the future of Level Up is that it's going to level up. And what I mean by that, it's going to evolve. It's not going to stay the same. Because actually, I think and we've talked about this behind the screens, the format that we're using right now has to change. It has to evolve. You know, I mean, we're always getting a lot of new guests now, but maybe in a while we'll sort of start running out of guests. And we want to start doing new things like contests and stuff. Because, you know, as this evolves, a lot of people are getting better and better as well. And we want to maybe start doing more advanced stuff, like focus more on 3D or focus more on this or on that. So it will just evolve over time. We'll just see how it goes, you know.
Yeah, we're also thinking about different, like not only YouTube videos things. Like the first thing is website, but then we are thinking of creating some kind of a meetup somewhere. I don't know. Workshop or anything that can actually involve people being somewhere and
get it bigger,
doing something more direct. As I think there is a need for that, especially in Europe nowadays. So that's just a rough idea. If you like them, that's cool, because I think we are going a little bit more in that direction. I mean, you don't have to worry about every week Sunday Level Up session. I mean, that's still our main focus, and it will stay the same, and we'll try to improve its quality every time. Even though someone is starving, somebody's Photoshop is crashing all the time, guests are being kicked, and you know.
Yeah, but we still think we're still thinking about making it, you know, bigger and more direct, like Wojtek.
Yeah, somebody's saying like sell DVDs and stuff. I think we want to maintain being free, like it's a free resource from the beginning. I think we'll also try to figure it out. If there will be some money involved, I don't think it will be a big money, because I think, I mean, I was a poor art student before, like trying to get any knowledge from any source basically for free. So we are just trying to maintain being a free resource as long as possible.
Yeah, we just want to make it as a, you know, free hosting team, and we also will be sharing the knowledge in other sources, I guess, when you can, you know, donate somehow. So stay tuned for more information, because we have a lot of ideas and we are gathering a lot of contacts to make it bigger and maybe just get some more presentations. I got a few just get 2 days ago, but I have to share it with the guys from the lab yet. So yeah, we will share any knowledge when we get a bit more knowledge about it.
Basically, more and more people hear of Level Up, and more people are interested in helping us developing it and
Yeah.
making it a little bit bigger, and so we reach more people, and more people can benefit from it.
Yeah, and we will have also much more opportunities to get it, outside.
Exactly.
Not only staying in front of the computer.
And what do you guys think about T-shirts?
Oh man,
T-shirts.
with like an arrow
Yeah,
pointing to your face.
Pointing down. Of course.
Pointing down, level down. Yeah, these kind of T-shirts are like,
Yeah.
we make them. Level Up School, Level Up Academy. Oh god, that sounds so big.
Okay, give the voice for last couple of minutes to Arnaud, maybe.
Yeah, I have a couple more questions for Arnaud from some people. First is they're asking if you can zoom in so that they can see the differences between the painting and the previous painting.
Okay, so I got this one. I got this one. This one. Yeah, the difference more on the foreground, and yeah. So also for the composition here. So you see that the most interesting stuff in the piece is like way too tiny. So what I do basically just like to crop, just summarize, and I make it like more visible. And for the foreground, for example, like I said, like it's going with like very horizontal shapes like this. It's not really dynamic, so I came with like more like shapes, more like diagonals, and just like try to add some place kind of ground or follow kind of grid on the floor. And yeah, it's what's mainly about that change mostly. So yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Yeah, it's really amazing how you're able to work at the size to. I mean, I know people do it. Like for example, I use the Navigator, but it's
Yeah.
that you just paint at such a small size and you have such good control over your overall composition. And like you said, you can always go in and detail the crap out of that. Then if you
yeah, the only problem with that is like if you really zoom in, it's like okay, nice abstract, like okay, and after I got a big job to clean everything, but something like I'm working like to just like go and zoom in, go zoom in, just to during the process just to be sure everything is like a bit cleaner. But school time it's more like I just like stuck to work like this just to be sure I'm okay with the basics. But now after for the polish, maybe I need more time than 30 minutes for sure, that just to polish everything. But still is it stay a good training, and I mean I will continue to do like this, but just like or to work on something. I think for me it's like just like learn to be cleaner and just maybe to use some selection tool, or I don't know, just like there's many ways actually to go through that. Even like doing a speed pen with like art brush is nice. So I think it's another way I think to go to some really clean render as well. It could still be painterly also, so I don't know. And
yeah, can you talk a little bit about what you're painting right now, like that speed paint you are doing, or just the composition below?
Below, yeah. Yeah, so it's more like I was trying to figure out a bit, like try to work a bit on like giving some.
Can you zoom in a bit?
Yeah.
Darek's like constantly like.
Yeah, I was
closer.
But
I was
still,
I was sure about this. I was sure about this. That would be like maybe a problem, I was so tiny. Even record myself.
Yeah, on my laptop and everything is very tiny.
Yeah, but still, you can just think about think about it and maybe just try painting like that yourself. And I think it's really beneficial for making your composition bold and like very strong.
Yeah.
Because you are not scared to play around with big shapes, and because your brushes are just too small. Even though they are small, you are making big changes if you are way zoom out.
For example,
Arnaud. Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
no, for example, here just like once I got a bit of composition now, I can just zoom in and just see the maze and like start to clean it up. So at the end, it's more like a matter of time, I guess. But it will not be any more speed pen, but like just like work in progress stuff. At least if I have some, it's cool to put the ideas very fast, and after once you have your idea, you know, it's like not like you are doing a stuff and then after you work on it like 1 week and then you realize, oh no, it's not good, maybe I should have done another composition, or just have changed this, such and that. It's better to do maybe a bit more thumbnails, and maybe you are really happy with one and just like then you put that one and go further. So that's a good thing about like do some speed, I think.
So, but do you ever find that once you go in and start detailing, you kind of ruin the image and you don't get that original look?
Yeah. I try to just like keep the brush stroke work. Just try to make it more accurate. It's presented something I posting every day speed pen. I just like try to. I just ask myself like if I do it every day, I will manage to do something like properly at the end. You know, like repeating. And after for final, I think it will help just to be accurate and more accurate each day. Try to find the best way to brush, and then do some studies, exercise to learn to be accurate too. But it's still you have to improve, you know. And I continue, you know, to post, and see what's come every day. Like if I can go even more accurate. So I just like continue practicing. And it's not something like I really control. Like, and maybe some of you guys are just like masterize. You know, I see you like you're super clean and super organized, but I'm not like that. So I just like still learning and posting, and I see what everybody is doing on the groups on Facebook. And I was like, I'm amazed, you know, and like try to, you know, to inspire, you know, like trying to do the same, you know, or it's like to be cleaner and just like, and yeah, that's.
So what about professional work? What if you need to do something for your clients which has to be polished? Because that's completely different, right?
Yeah, that's different. But at this time, you know, I use photos. I just like have a specific deadline to clean everything up. We just like say, okay, we get guys 4 days to do that. So you just like start with temps, for example, and then after you have the detail sketch, polish, and just like to your final piece. But
Yeah.
it's not the same mindset. It's like, yeah, it's like doing stuff for fun and doing stuff for work. When you have to do the stuff, and you just do it, you know. And I think it seems like easier. It's when you do stuff for yourself, I don't know. It's like about laziness or fear. I don't know. It's like it's different. And
Do you think it's harder?
Huh?
Do you think it's harder when you're doing it for yourself?
Yeah, because you know, when you have a brief, for example, and then when you get some feedback from art directors or like even from the client, I don't know.
But it doesn't look that it's harder for you, man.
For me, it's like still searching, you know, which topic. What I used to do some still painting, but I just went randomly, and I didn't know exactly what I was doing, so I just like do stuff randomly. And then since now I'm doing with Facebook groups and have some topics. It helps me a lot actually to give you to try to give a story actually, and it's better. And yeah, topics are really helping.
Open.
Guys, I'm gonna leave because my food is ready.
I think we are all going
Yeah,
to
I think
leave.
we are ending pretty soon, so maybe 5-4 minutes yet. So
Yeah.
and
Almost
keep
Yeah, go get some food, man. We
Yeah.
want to have our third host next week. Like our like
Yeah.
first host.
No, but I'm just really excited because I haven't made a Belgian dish in a long time, and this is like one of my favorite Belgian dishes. It has beer in it.
Oh snap!
Yes.
I'm taking a flight to London right goddamn now.
Dude, it's so good, man. You should try this stew. It's so amazing.
Ah.
Oh, I can't wait.
With meat or what?
Yeah, it's like a meat stew. It's
I mean, meat and beer connect with it's just awesome.
it's meat and beer, and
it's one thing, right? It's
Yeah.
one thing.
yeah, and like the meat sits in the beer for like 3
Oh snap! Not the other way around.
No, the beer does not sit in the meat. You could
Okay.
try that, but it's a bit difficult, I think. So, also, guys, we were supposed to have a female guest next week, but it's possible that
It will be a male guest next week.
so it might be a male guest instead. Sorry, this is not. We're not telling lies.
Ladies are running away from us.
People will be like, "Yeah, sure, you had a female guest." No, we did, but
We
it's a
did.
bit hard because it's an artist from Asia, and there's some problems with the time differences, and we're gonna have to do it like later in the night because she's gonna actually get up in the morning to do it for us, which is really amazing. Which is like Monday morning for her, but I think next week's not gonna work, so we're gonna have to find someone else.
We have
Next
to
week.
find someone else.
Well, I mean, we've got plenty of people, but maybe we have to shuffle
Yeah.
around.
I
And
think
we
we
also,
fit someone. So if even know, but that we can do some, on the host team overpainting sessions. No
yeah,
problem.
Jonas, people want to get your
my recipe.
recipe for the stew.
Okay, I'm gonna give it quickly. It's amazing. Try it. Okay. You need,
Level up your cookery.
I told you, man. I'm gonna give up painting someday and go into like some grandma craft, like cooking or gardening.
Isn't that similar to painting? Like cooking is almost the same.
I do love cooking. Yeah.
Maybe we should post it even on the resources in the website.
Just like a section with cooking recipes.
level,
Level up your cooking.
level up your
You
cooking.
could, like, this could turn into a big company. Just level up everything. No, so you need beef. You need to cut up some beef. You need a brown beer, of course Belgian beer, but you can just use any kind of ale. You need onions and some pepper and salt and some butter and bread and mustard, and you put all that stuff into
together.
one pot for 3 hours, and that's it.
All right.
I'm doing it this evening.
No, I'll make it for you. If you come to London, I'll make it for you.
Oh snap! Dark, we have to catch a flight.
No, just for you, not for that.
Okay, Darek needs vodka instead of beer, right?
Yeah, exactly. For Darek, I will make special vodka stew.
Thanks, man. I'm waiting.
And I'm not going to use beef, I'm going to use boar.
Oh shit!
All right.
Because I know you like that more.
You have to hunt it.
That's more badass. That's more Darek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll make the boar.
regular males eat like just meat with beer. Alpha males eat like vodka with.
All right.
All right.
Alright,
So
so-
I just want to thank Arnaud for joining us today. It was really
Thank you guys.
very
Yeah, it's
insightful.
really-
Very. I just love the speed paints you did, and I want to see them in high res after the session on the group. It would be awesome.
Of course, there's huge ask for you. Just save everything.
Yeah, just
And
being.
post the stuff on Level Up, the event from today, and on Level Up Group too, if you can. So.
Yeah, but again, big thank you, Arnaud. I just want to tell you guys that Arnaud, just for us, come to his studio after hours, and he's doing a session not from his home but from his studio because there was some issues with internet connection at his home. So, for like just saying him thank you, go to his blogspot, go follow him there on Facebook, and
send him some creepy messages.
Yeah.
Talk about art, baby.
Cook something for him.
Exactly, and send it.
And can I just say one more thing?
Of course.
The D is silent, am I right? It's supposed to be pronounced Arnaud, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the D is silent.
Okay.
It's a French.
So thank you very much, Arnaud. Thank you, Wojtek, and Jonas for your overpainting.
The first time you
French lesson.
It's time to end it up. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for participating. Follow Arnaud Pheu and subscribe to us, and wait for another session. We will announce next week, and we will announce if there is any new guest in few hours.
We'll announce only female guests from now on.
Yeah, okay.
Male guests don't have like an announcement.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much.
Bye. See you
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.